When you say the word home, you feel calm and at ease. Some people love big houses because they have a lot of space, but for others, it's less about the size and more about how safe and comfortable they feel there. Many people have to think twice about buying a home and struggle with mortgage payments and other costs. But for the richest people in the world, expensive homes are just a drop in the ocean of money they have. These guys can buy some of the nicest, most expensive homes outright, without giving it a second thought. These people have given a new meaning to the word home. It's no longer just a place of modesty and utility for them. It's also a place where they can show off their wealth, spend most of their money, and buy unimaginable luxuries. Here are the amazing homes of some of the world's richest people. Elon Musk, one of the richest people in the world, can easily spend hundreds of millions of dollars on any luxurious home he wants. In the past year, he sold most of his real estate assets and moved to Texas, so he has a lot of money to spend. Elon Musk, the CEO and co-founder of Tesla, said early in June that he now only owns one house and that he lives in a $50,000 tiny box house that he rents from his rocket company SpaceX. The tiny house has some cool features, like a full-size kitchen with a large fridge, a double sink with a view, an oven, a dishwasher, a microwave, and shaker cabinets, the bathroom with a deep shower tub, and a vessel sink large counter with a backlit mirror and a glass barn door with big doors and windows, wide plank composite flooring, built-in ironing centers, washers and dryers, heating and air conditioning, and very low utility bills. He is worth $187 billion right now, and he has made millions of dollars for real estate before. Musk owned homes in the Los Angeles area. Elon Musk tweeted in May 2020 that he wouldn't own a house, and he's on his way to keeping his promise. Musk has almost kept his promise to do so. In December 2020, he will have sold 6 of his 7 properties. Musk sold 4 properties in Bel Air. He bought these properties between 2015 and 2019 for almost $55 million. Overall, from the sales of his homes over the past year, the Events House of the Bay Area is the only house I own. If I sold it, the house would see less use unless bought by a big family, which might happen someday. Musk said a few days later he confirmed he had put it up for sale and decided to sell my last remaining house. It just needs to go to a large family that will live there. It's a special place. It remains unclear whether Musk is renting any other houses, though. Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos launched the e-commerce behemoth Amazon from his Seattle garage in 1994. He stood down as CEO in 2021 to become executive chairman. In the United States, from his native state of Washington to New York City, he has acquired a vast real estate portfolio. The Land Report ranks Bezos as the 28th greatest landowner in the United States. He has over 5 properties in the United States, ranging from 2 adjacent Beverly Hills mansions to a huge estate in an affluent Seattle suburb. Here are all the residential homes in the United States that Bezos is known to own. I am curious as to what it is like to possess so many homes. Bezos' 2 residences occupy 5.3 acres in Medina. One property is 26,000 square feet with 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, while the other is 8,300 square feet with 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms and is said to have cost $53 million. Additionally, Bezos owns real estate in Beverly Hills, California, one of the most expensive communities in Los Angeles. The original Beverly Hills property did not meet Bezos' space requirements. He purchased a more modest 4-bedroom, 4,568 square foot home next door for $12.9 million. Bezos' most recent purchase in Beverly Hills was the Warner Estate, a 9-acre property that he purchased for a stunning $165 million, making it the most expensive mansion ever sold in Los Angeles. In the 1930s, the Warner Estate was created for Jack Warner, the former head of Warner Brothers Studios. Bezos reportedly purchased the residence from billionaire David Geffen, who first purchased it in 1990. Bezos owns the largest house in Washington, D.C. He paid $23 million for the house near the former textile museum. The Obamas, Ivanka Trump, and Jared Kushner are his neighbors. Before the divorce was formalized, these properties also belonged to Bezos' wife, Mackenzie Bezos, because in Bezos' home state of Washington, all property acquired during a marriage is considered joint property. It is uncertain how Bezos' holdings were divided following the conclusion of his divorce from Mackenzie Bezos in July 2019. The 37-year-old Facebook founder plans to work remotely for up to half of 2022, and his $320 million real estate portfolio is more than able to accommodate his work-from-home lifestyle. Zuckerberg has 10 properties across 4 locations: Palo Alto, San Francisco, Lake Tahoe, and Kauai Island in Hawaii. Mark and his wife Priscilla, with their children, live in a $7 million home in Palo Alto. The primary home is a 5,617 square foot, 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom wood-floored home on 0.41 acres, which he purchased for $7 million in 2011, the year before he got married. The house was built way back in 1903, and at first glance, you might think Zuckerberg is living modestly and not spending all of his billions like other billionaires. But that is not the case. The house was built way back in 1903, and at first glance, you might think Zuckerberg is living modestly and not spending all of his billions like other billionaires. But that is not the case. The home's luxury shtick is that of Marvel Comics like AI that controls the whole property. Zuckerberg retrofitted the home with custom-made artificial intelligence assistants with the voice of Morgan Freeman and a Facebook cannon that launches gray t-shirts. He has a knack for also buying surrounding properties to ensure his privacy. Did I say privacy? The owner of Facebook, yes, you heard me right, bought 4 homes worth $30 million near his main home in Palo Alto. In 2013, he paid over $10 million for a home that wasn't on the market. The property, which is in Dolores Heights, is 5,542 square feet in size. He later spent another $1.6 million to fix up the house. He added an office, a media room, a half-bathroom, a laundry room, a wine room, and a wet bar. Zuckerberg loves Hawaii so much that he keeps buying more and more land there. He now owns 1,400 acres of land there. He also put on a new roof and changed the landscaping. However, the 2 pieces of land in Kauai that he bought for a whopping $100 million are the most expensive real estate he owns. He wants to turn 700 acres of land into a place where his family can go on fancy vacations. These pieces of land have a 2,500 square foot ocean view and an organic farm that is up and running. The plans are to construct a 2-bedroom residence along with a 16-bay garage complex. Bill Gates is no longer the CEO of Microsoft, but his time as the company's founder and CEO make him one of the most well-known and wealthy people in the world. His house is just like a lot of the other homes in this video. His mansion is a very fancy pleasure dome. Is on Lake Washington in the Seattle area. It is in the same posh neighborhood as Jeff Bezos' home, which means that some of the richest people on the planet live there. Bill Gates worked on the masterpiece for 7 years. Bill bought the lot for $2 million in 1988, but it is now thought to be worth more than $130 million. Since the house was built, it has 8 bedrooms, but it can also be used as a place for many people to get together. Each room has a touchpad that lets you control the lights, music, and temperature. The mansion has 25 bathrooms, 6 kitchens, and a dining room that can seat up to 200 people. Picture yourself getting lost in this house. The amazing house is just one of Bill's 3 most famous properties. He also owns a huge ranch in Southern California that he bought from fitness guru Jenny Craig. This house was bought for about and is on 228 acres. This property has a racetrack, a guest house, an office, a veterinary suite, an orchard, and 5 bars. Gates also owns a horse farm in Wellington, Florida. He bought it in 2013 for $8.7 million. Jennifer, his daughter, is a big fan of horseback riding and had rented the house before when she was in Florida for competitions. Warren Buffett is one of the best investors of all time. He is known as the Oracle of Omaha. He has a lot of money because he knows how to make the most of his investments. He is so good at this that he does it even in his own home. Buffett bought his home in a quiet part of Omaha for $31,500 in 1958, and he still lives there. now that the house is worth around $800,000. It's not even one of the most expensive homes on the block, but Buffett says he's happy there and would move if he thought he'd be happier somewhere else. He says it's the third best investment he's ever made because it's 6,570 square feet and has 5 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. Buffett is selling a home in Laguna Beach for $11 million. But don't worry, he didn't spend all of his money on it. In 1971, despite having a lot of money, he bought the house for only $150,000. Even though he has a lot of money, it is still quite small for a billionaire's vacation home. Buffett has chosen to live a simple life. Larry Ellison, Chairman, Chief Technology Officer, and co-founder of software giant Oracle, is another familiar billionaire that could not be left out. He's been dubbed the nation's most avid trophy home buyer by the Wall Street Journal. Elliott has steadily plowed his riches in real estate, amassing a portfolio well above $1 billion. His holdings include multiple homes in Silicon Valley and Lake Tahoe, as well as 98% of the Hawaiian island of Lanai, which he bought from Dole Food chairman David Murdoch. His home in Woodside, California, is inspired by Japanese imperial design. This estate sits on 23 acres and features an 8,000 square foot home. Ellison reportedly sunk $200 million into upgrading the property, perhaps to advance his vision of creating a network of ultra-luxury home museums around the world. It feels like you're living in a paradise in this home. The Woodside property includes 10 buildings, a lake, a tea house, and a koi pond. Along with his passion for Japan and the real estate he's acquired worldwide, he also owns around 24 properties in Malibu worth millions. At least 10 of these properties are on the famed Carbon Beach. Ellison also owns much more in California, including a racket club he acquired for just under $7 million. People say that Oprah Winfrey was the most successful talk show host ever. She has a very luxurious way of life. Oprah Winfrey has 7 different homes. The first home in Montecito, this 23,000 square foot home, is about 6 miles from the center of Santa Barbara and has been decorated to suit her taste. Winfrey knows that the house is gorgeous on the inside, and on the outside, in the backyard of the huge house, is a large pond with a fountain. Her second house is on the island of Orcas. Winfrey just bought a 41-acre estate on Orcas Island, which is in the northwest corner of Washington state. She paid a cool $8.275 million for the mansion on the property, which has 8 bedrooms, 6.25 bathrooms. Velvet Rope says that she even has 3,000 feet of private beach. In 2016, Oprah paid almost $29 million at auction for a 23-acre horse farm called Seymour Farm Estate. The 21st century farmhouse has a wraparound porch with a view of the ocean, a chef's kitchen in the country style, a terrace off the master bedroom, and room for 6 people to eat. Since she became one of the first women to become a billionaire, Oprah has put together an amazing collection of properties worth many millions of dollars. Mukesh Ambani. If you thought the other houses on this list were impressive, wait until you see this billionaire's mansion, which beats them all. Ambani is the CEO of Reliance Industries, which is India's most valuable company by market value, and a Fortune Global 500 company. Ambani is the wealthiest person in India and the 12th richest person in the world. He is the current owner of the most expensive private home in the world. His home is called Antilla and is in Mumbai, India. It is a 27-story skyscraper that is worth more than $1 billion. The mansion is on 400 acres of land called Antilia, which was named after a mythical island in the Atlantic. It has a multi-story garage with room for 168 cars, a ballroom, 4 helipads, gardens, temple guest suites, a health level, and a home theater with 50 seats. It is said that 600 people are needed to take care of the mansion. Ambani moved his wife and 3 children into this mansion. Steve Jobs, who was the CEO of Apple and died in 2011, was another modest billionaire. He lived in Palo Alto in a beautiful but small rustic-style mansion built in the 1930s. The mansion was 5,768 square feet and had 7 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms. It was on a half-acre lot. Which one of these homes is your favorite? How much can you spend on the perfect house? Tell us in the comments below. And if you like this video, don't forget to click the like button.